welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. I've been so into like quick and easy rice bowls lately. I don't know, it's just been my thing. It's like I want to get dinner on the table ASAP. You know what I mean? So we're going to make like a sesame chicken style rice bowl today. A lot of people have been asking me how I've been storing the garlic. By the way, I'm going to make them different shape next time I make them. And the answer to not stinking up my whole freezer is I've been storing it in a mason jar. So, because if you put it in a plastic bag, I think it definitely stinks up the freezer. So I'm going to do a couple of cloves of minced garlic. So for me, that was like 2 of my big hunks. Putting it in first so it can like kind of get a chance to soften up, if you know what I'm saying. Then I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of honey, or roughly. Obviously I'm just measuring for you because I probably would just kind of squeeze some stuff in here and never measure. But for you guys, I'm gonna measure, but I'm not gonna make you watch how slow this is coming out. I have like no patience. I had to open a new honey. So a 1/4 cup of honey. And just so you know, I already put my rice on because this is going to take like maybe 10 minutes to cook and the rice takes longer. So I rinsed my rice until the water ran clear, and then I added my water to my rice and I popped it in the rice cooker. That's going to take the longest of anything in this recipe. So if you're using like minute rice, microwave rice, or rice you have left over in the fridge, this meal can be on the table in 15 minutes, easy. Shoyu or soy sauce, if that's what you call it. And I'm going to go about twice as much as the honey, so probably like about a 1/2 cup. That's what I usually do, is I do like half the sweetness. So basically we're making our own sauce here. I'm going to put just a little bit, like 2 squirts of ketchup in there. A bit more acid. I'm going to put a little bit of rice wine vinegar. Rice vinegar comes in just like plain, and it comes in seasoned. I'm just using the plain. I'll just do like, little rice vinegar. Little splash of toasted sesame, which I think is the flavor that really, I think it's a strong flavor. And I think it's the flavor that really sets apart that Chinese palate over the Japanese palate. Because there's definitely sesame seeds in Japanese food, but that like toasted sesame flavor to me just really screams like Chinese food. But obviously all these foods are derivatives of each other. This is crunchy chili oil. You could use like red pepper flakes, or you could use a more traditional chili crunch, but I love this one from Trader Joe's. And this is just how spicy you want it, okay? I'm gonna do like 2 teaspoons, which would make, in my opinion, more of like a medium spicy, not super spicy. So that's totally personal preference. You could put more or less of the chili crunch, or like I said, if you're doing red pepper flakes, maybe just do like a 1 teaspoon, because I feel like red pepper flakes are even hotter than this chili crunch. You could also completely leave that part of it out if you don't want it to be spicy. You can totally leave it out. It's going to be fine. It's just an element if you like to have that little bit of spice, okay? Oh, I'm slopping everywhere. So then I'm just going to whisk this together to combine it, and I'm going to go forgot something. I think anytime you're doing anything, any type of sauce, I think you need to do a little salt and pepper. And I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, there's lots of flavors in here, and the soy sauce. If you're using full salt soy sauce, don't use any salt. I use low sodium, so I'm going to put just a little. But I feel like salt and pepper, just a little bit at each layer of your dish, really enhances the flavor. Today I'm using ground chicken, but you could totally use whatever chicken makes you happy. I've got my pan pretty hot. It's on medium heat here. Maybe I'll turn it down just a smidge. I'm using grapeseed oil because it's just a neutrally flavored oil. But if you are not allergic, and you can use avocado, you could even use olive if you like. I think it leaves a flavor that doesn't really meld that well with Asian food. Put my ground chicken in. You could totally use like chopped up, cut up chicken if you prefer. You don't have to use ground chicken. It's just super convenient, especially if it's a quick late night meal. And I love how it crumbles up into small pieces with the sauce. I just think that's great. You can also get ground chicken breasts if you're like I don't eat any dark meat type person. This is just regular ground chicken, which is a combination of white meat and dark meat. Okay, we're just gonna brown it up and we're gonna put just a little bit, like I was saying about those layers of flavor, a little salt and a little bit of pepper. The pepper takes longer to come out. Okay, quite a bit of water came off of this chicken. This isn't really fat, it's a lot of water. So I'm gonna soak up a little bit of that water just so that it doesn't dilute our flavor. And I just use tongs and a paper towel. Other people, I think, pour it off, but I just find for me, this is the safest method. Obviously, be careful. Your pan is hot, your flame is hot, but I just use a paper towel and tongs to soak up some of that extra liquid. Now I'm gonna add the sauce to the meat that I would say is about 90% of the way cooked because we need a little bit of time for our sauce to thicken. Oh, I just love how quick and easy this comes together. Now, we're gonna let it simmer in the sauce just till it thickens up a little bit. Now, if you're an onion person, I want you to go chop up a nice big couple of spring onions, like the green part of long spring onion, and you're gonna throw some spring onion in here after everything gets sort of reduced down, okay? Because that's how this is intended. Now, me, I don't like onions, so I'm gonna go dig through my fridge and see if I have an alternative. I love bowls like this because they're just so versatile, right? I'm gonna use good old broccoli slaw. I only used half the bag of the broccoli slaw because I didn't want to like fundamentally change the flavor here. But I snuck a little taste and it's pretty darn good. All right, if this is thick enough for you, the chicken is definitely cooked through. Let's plate it up. I'm literally waiting around for the rice cooker to finish cooking. This is so quick to make. Like you could definitely make a couple sides, like make a cucumber salad or make a side salad. You could definitely be throwing some chicken nuggets in if the kids don't like this. What I was doing was cleaning up after myself. I'm just gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds on top. Like I said, if you did that beautiful spring onion, yours is gonna look prettier. It's gonna have those beautiful onions and you can sprinkle some onions on top and it will look gorgeous. But I don't like them, so we ain't gonna do it. I just love about these how versatile they are, right? You could use any protein that you wanted. This is one sauce option that we're trying. You've seen me use other sauce options, but you could use any sauce option. The sky is the limit. I want to taste, but I don't want to die. I mean, they're so versatile. She's definitely a little spicy, but it's like that background heat. It's like sweet, salty, spicy. Oh, hot. I love it. It's just like a little variation. You know what I mean? We've done it with like a sort of more Japanese style. This is maybe a little bit leaning more towards the Chinese style. Possibilities are endless. We could go like Korean, maybe some like 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Here, it's such a versatile dish. I love it. I love you guys.